California. California. Oh, Cali. Y'all starting to get paid as fast food workers in California. Shout outs to California for bringing up the minimum wage to $20 an hour. 40 grand a year. 40 grand. What up, D? What up? 40 grand a year to flip burgers, to say, can I take your order? And to pretty much serve fast food. This is insane, y'all. Shout outs to the fast food workers. They're getting paid now. Let's tune into the video.
Minimum wages for fast food workers are set to hit $20 an hour in California today after a deal was struck last fall between the unions and the fast food industry. Kate Rogers joins us right now with more on what this means for workers, businesses, and consumers in that state. Good morning, Kate.
Hi, Becky. Good morning. The minimum will be among the highest in the nation and the sector's highest as of today, with ripple effects sure to be felt for all parties involved in varying ways. Right now, Glassdoor data show that just over 20% of California fast food workers are making $20 an hour, so many more will wind up getting a pay raise. There are 500,000 workers in the sector in California. I sat down exclusively with Mary Kay Henry, SEIU president, who said this model of organizing by sector instead of by business will be replicated in the future, mentioning New York, Washington, and Illinois as potential future targets.
So they ain't stopping just in California, which is great. Great for some people. They're going to bring it to other states like New York and, the big cities, maybe Boston too. But this is the thing about this $20 minimum wage. We about to see fast food become very expensive food. Ain't no more 4 for 4s. Ain't no more Happy Meals. Ain't no more none of that. We going to be complaining just like we complaining about the groceries going up. We're going to be complaining about the $3 menu going up to $5. Because now they got to make this $20 back. And they ain't gonna keep things the same. We know it's coming.
It's a combination of workers' willingness to strike and to lobby legislators and to defend the governor in the recall campaign, as the fast food workers did here in California. When those conditions are created in other states, we'll be able to make this same progress.
The hike may also lift wages for low-wage workers who are outside of the restaurant sector. Business owners like Jennifer B. Perez, who runs Growing Roots, a plant design and maintenance company in Long Beach, are closely monitoring the increase in order to remain competitive.
It's a ripple effect because I'm not part of that industry, but of course I'm actually looking at all of that as well. Because like I said, haven't worried about it too much because I was like, oh, I'm always over minimum wage. But since that keeps increasing and like that's a 25% increase from 16 to 20.
Her lowest paid worker is at $19 an hour, and she has to be wary of further price increases for her customers, she says too. Becky, back over to you.
I mean, Kate, that's really the issue here. I've been calling them unintended consequences. Perhaps in the case of the unions, these are intended consequences, but it really creates all kinds of unknown potential changes and how that ripples through not just related industries.
I don't think anyone is going to be complaining as a fast food worker. People don't work too hard these days. $20 an hour will not help, for real. Honestly, they're not going to complain because obviously, they getting paid more. But $20 an hour in California, let's be honest here. That's barely doing it. That is barely doing it. Nobody is going to be celebrating that much from going up to $4 in a place that you need to make at least 35 to be, to just live. To just live. Gas prices in California are $6 a gallon. It's wild.
Industries, but completely unrelated industries. How do you find workers in any of those other industries? Earlier this morning, we were talking about whether that be home health care aides,
Mhm.
therapists, whether that be
$8
aides in
a month.
schools, and a lot of those people who are
It's
caring
not
for the
enough.
elderly. I mean, those are some of our
They ain't
most
gonna be
vulnerable
complaining though, but it's
populations.
definitely not.
And these wages are not going to far outstrip those wages. What happens in the meantime? It's going to be pretty chaotic.
It really will be, Becky. And I went to Seattle and we did a big story on this several years ago, because if you remember, they raised to $15 an hour, which was very high at the time. And different studies over the course of several years after had different findings, right? Some low wage workers had their hours cut, but then it did wind up giving them a nice economic boost. And depending on how you surveyed people, you got different findings there. So it's going to be a very interesting study to see here in California. And as you heard the SEIU president, they are looking to do this in other states, because this was called kind of a backdoor way of unionizing, doing it by sector, right? Not by individual business. So it's going to be a fact.
You know who's gonna be happy? The migrants. The migrants are gonna be extremely happy working at McDonald's now. They're gonna be extremely happy working at McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A. You name it, they're gonna try to apply for it. They're gonna try to apply for it. And I'm not gonna be shocked if I see a bunch of people that don't speak English trying to give me a cheeseburger at McDonald's. That's just the honest truth. That's just the honest truth. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. Minimum wage has gone up. Minimum wage has gone up. It's a beautiful thing for some people, but we all know we're gonna get the chain effect of that and the prices of the food. Thank you guys, though. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shoot, the dollar, yeah, that dirty dollar is worthless. It is, man. Unfortunately, that's the type of economy we're in right now, to where the dollar is fading away. People are trying to make. People want that American dream. They want that American dream. They want to be able to travel. They want to be able to spend like they want to. They want to be debtless. But, it's super hard when you're dealing with so much corporations and other people getting in your way, to try to even like save your money, to try to even compete. It's so hard. Rent out here, where I'm from, rent for Boston, Massachusetts, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment is going for over $2,600 a month. That's just for rent. That's not including utilities. That's not including groceries. That's not including nothing like that. $2,600, and they expect us to work minimum wage jobs and somehow afford that. And it just does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. It will never make sense. And people are going to be stuck renting forever, because they cannot afford. They can't simply afford to stop renting or get out or get their own house.